Sacre bleu, la petite prince.
That's right, baby. It's time for movie trailer trash. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Movie Trailer Trash. This is the third episode of our visual video podcasting experience. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Bethany.
And we just watched the trailer for The Little Prince, a straight-to-Netflix feature film.
Yes. Okay, so The Little Prince is based on a book. Is inspired by a book.
Right.
We don't know because we haven't personally read the book, but it's a French book.
It's one of the most popular children's books of all time.
And it originated in France, right?
Yeah, published in France, 1943.
Oh, wow. You've got the knowledge.
Sold 140 million copies worldwide.
And somehow, not one or two to us.
Nope.
But that's okay.
I wasn't born in France.
Yeah, but you said worldwide
just
now.
I read Captain Underpants instead.
And I read books that made me cry. Anyway, doesn't matter. So it's interesting because, yeah, it's a super popular thing. Mm-hmm. People are excited about it. And it's already been released in France.
Yeah, I think just in France.
Yes, but I looked at a list of the different release dates, and it's kind of cool. So Netflix, this is their first feature film that's for kids. That's an animated film.
Yeah, their second feature film.
Yeah. And it's they're releasing it kind of piecemeal like you would with a regular movie. Some countries get it first, which is neat that they started in France. Mm-hmm. People seem to really love it there. Well, I mean, according to Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. I'm saying people are liking it already, and it looks really, really good.
Yeah, and it doesn't come to Netflix until August 5th of this year.
In the United States.
Right.
There are a bunch of other countries that are going to get it between now and August 5th, but I don't know. Sorry, guys, I didn't memorize them all.
So let's talk about it a little bit. There's some awesome people in it.
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges is the most notable. And then there's a few other famous actors, actresses doing voices and voiceover work and stuff like that. But the actual story, right, is this girl has a horrible, horrible mother.
Okay, calm down. Let me say this. The mother is very strict and organized and businesslike. And
she is positive, though. You know, she's not beating her child.
No, here's the thing. Yeah, she's not a terrible mother. I think it's the typical story that you hear of the kid with the overly strict parent who wants to plan out their whole life for them. So it starts off with her saying, look, every minute of every day of every week for the rest of your life, I've got it all planned out. And she probably put a ton of effort into it. And she's super excited for her daughter to have all this stuff planned out. And I'm sure that she thinks that's good. She thinks she's helping her. But obviously,
she's not,
child
because it's the worst. No adult needs that either.
No child needs that level of, life planned out for them. Nobody, it's good to plan ahead in life, but you got to teach your kid to have a balance in their life. And clearly, she doesn't know that. She doesn't have the life balance.
Yeah. So as small children do in children's books with no repercussions, she goes and meets the creepy old man across the street and hangs out with him.
Hang on. She meets him because he threw a paper airplane her way.
Yeah, with a secret note on it.
Whoa, who are you?
No, but...
But I mean, no, it does... He looks friendly, and maybe they've seen him there a lot.
And not he has Jeff Bridges' friendly voice.
Not that means you should go over there. But maybe, who knows, maybe the mom approved it. Probably not.
No, probably not. But I think that what's going to happen is that the friendly old man is going to teach the girl that it's okay to have fun and be a kid and not grow up so fast. Mm-hmm. And he's probably going to learn something from her, and he'll probably die in the end.
Well,
also.
I was going to say, he'll probably die. I think what's going to happen, really, is that she's going to form this relationship with this old man. He's going to teach her about how, as you grow up, he says, the problem isn't growing up, the problem is forgetting. And he talks about how at some point in his life, he forgot what it was like to be a kid.
Exactly.
So it's really kind of heartwarming, I think, for adults too. So that's what's fun when there's a story that can kind of pull on the nostalgia of adults and be like, yeah, especially for this book that most adults are probably the people who were reading this as kids. I mean, I'm sure kids read it today too, but a lot of parents right now that are going to sit down with their kids and watch it are probably excited because it does have some nostalgia factor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it came out in 1943, so.
So it's got a lot of nostalgia factor. Some grandparents are going to.
Okay, but then we get into the actual big, fun, cool thing about this movie, which
Yes.
is the kind of like half claymation, half not animation that goes on when going into what I think is Jeff Bridges' like stories that he's telling her.
I think he's telling her the story of the little prince.
Yeah, of the Little Prince, and it's like this really cool looking animation that I haven't really fully seen before. I've seen stuff like it, like with Box
it looks
Trolls,
really unique.
which, by the way, the writer for this is the same person who wrote Box Trolls. Stuff like that is similar.
It's so beautiful,
but it's nothing. It's not exactly like this, and so
it
it
really
looks
almost,
really cool.
It really almost does look like it's all paper mache, but it's clearly not. But
or just like paper.
How did they even
folded.
form it all like that? It's really cool. And the animation, the regular animation throughout looks good too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, it kind of looks like standard DreamWorks animation.
Yeah,
you know, but
it doesn't look like
good.
an off-brand doesn't know what they're doing company.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, and of course Netflix. We expect good things from Netflix because they keep giving us good things.
Yeah.
Which brings me to a tangent.
Oh.
Okay, you ready to talk about this?
Go for it.
Netflix. Okay.
Have you heard about Netflix, folks?
Netflix original series and Netflix original things have been coming out for a while now.
The main two being House of Cards and Daredevil.
Yes. And, well, I don't know if Daredevil is one of the main two.
What? Daredevil is amazing.
Jessica Jones. There's a bunch of others that are just right up there with
also.
it. I'm just saying, there's a lot of... I guess that's the point.
Those are the big two.
I remember at some point scrolling through my Netflix genres or whatever, and then it was just like, how about Netflix originals? So I was like, oh, there's going to be like 5 things to look through. And there was like 30 or 40.
No, yeah, they have a ton of them.
There's so many shows. Well, because
they have a ton of ones for little kids also.
Yeah, and they do a lot of like stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like,
yeah,
I don't know how
specials.
they got all of these things that are their original thing. But I mean, they do the continuous shows, they do specials. They're crazy and they're taking over the world. But in a really positive way.
But in a really positive way.
I got a little too dramatic there. But no it's
think
amazing that they're doing this. This is a really important thing, I think, for children's movies because they're going to be big competition for like Disney and DreamWorks and Pixar because a lot of times parents, especially parents who have multiple kids, going to the theater just seems like a hassle. Like it can be a lot of fun, like, oh, and it's a fun way to treat your kid. And obviously you want to share the experience of going to the theater with your kid. But then there are times where a parent probably just thinks, you know what, getting all 3 of the kids together or whatever, and then their friend wants to come or whatever, we could just do it at home with this awesome new movie that just came out on Netflix.
Well, and also I think that any competition is good, especially for TV stations who just kind of have been, monopolizing all entertainment during prime time for the last however long, and also for studios who kind of have done the same thing. There's like 4 of them. Yeah. And any competition breeds excellence.
Yeah, I was going to say, since Netflix has started doing all of its original stuff, what have we gotten from that? Well, now we have Amazon Prime shows, we have Hulu shows. Now, Hulu's been around for a long time.
And I haven't seen any of the Hulu shows.
Now we have Hulu original shows. We have Amazon Prime shows. What else? Oh, well, obviously there's HBO, also has been around for a long time. But these different things, like you said, the different kinds of competition, there was HBO, and then people were like, I want to do that. The paid service of getting these great shows, and you can pick and choose which ones are worth it to you, which is what you can't do with cable. Cable usually gives you maybe 3 packages. Maybe. Like here, you can have 12 channels. Most of them are the kind you can get over the air. You can have 50 channels. Most of them you don't care about. Or you can have 850, and it's like, that's it. Yeah. You can't, but with Netflix and Hulu, you can choose. Like, I think that the shows on Netflix, there's more of them that I'm interested in than there are on Hulu, Yeah,
yeah. Well, I think there's only 3 on Hulu.
Well, not just even their originals, but also all the other content they have and whatnot. But yeah. However, Hulu, I'm pretty sure, is the one that's doing that one with Aaron Paul.
The Path.
And actually, I don't know if that one's continuing, though.
I think that they're doing the Tom Hardy one also. The Ridley Scott Tom Hardy
I think that they're going to
joint.
start doing better stuff. I think that they just lost me when they started like making you have to pay for content that you didn't used to have to, and then they started making like 12 or 15 commercials a show.
Well,
they lost me a long time ago. They used to have 3 commercials every single show.
That you paid to get rid of the commercials, and
Yeah.
now
You just gotta pay.
you have to pay more to get rid of the commercials. So like you
Well,
get their
and you
service.
just have to pay, and I think even when you pay, you get some commercials. There's
Well,
all
there's
sorts
no,
of
there's
things.
there's a level where you pay for everything, and then a level where you pay for everything
Yeah.
without commercials.
Yeah. Anyway, but that doesn't matter. The point is that it's kind of bred this competition, and that's given us so many more
that's good.
options, way better options. And I know a ton of people our age, and probably between our age and like, 30-year-olds, 20-year-olds, who just don't have cable anymore.
Yeah, we don't.
Like most of my friends don't, because it's just like, why would I pay 80 to 120 bucks a month
yeah.
for a bunch of stuff I don't want when I can pay $10 for Netflix?
Well, now that we're supremely off the topic,
Mm-hmm.
let's move on to where, when, how you're going to see this movie.
Okay.
Where? When? How? Are you gonna see this movie?
Okay, so I mean, this is kind of a unique situation.
It's obvious. It's a little obvious.
You only have one option, and that's to watch it on Netflix. So
Right.
they're still aware though, and how. Like for instance, we could just watch it, the two of us at home.
You can watch it at the library if you want.
I guess if you're into that. But I was gonna say, or you could have a bunch of friends over. We don't have kids, but if you had kids, I say like take advantage of the fact that there's a brand new movie that's just coming to your living room and have a slumber party.
Make a
Be
night
the popular mom. Be the popular dad.
of it. No, you don't want to be the popular
No,
one.
but be fun. Be a fun parent. Have some kids over. Get some cheese pizza.
Damn it.
Oh wow. But no, I mean, yeah. Obviously, we have to watch it on Netflix, but that's part of what's cool. It's part of why we went on that tangent.
Right, yeah. And so, yeah.
it's interesting.
So
I mean,
you...
Yeah, I would like to watch it as soon as it's out.
Yeah, and on Netflix, obviously,
because-
that's the only way to do it.
I can do it on any night. I guess the thing is, like, I'm not really going to go out on a Tuesday night usually to see a movie, especially a kid's movie, in theater. But I will definitely watch a kid's movie on Netflix on a Tuesday night. I've
Now,
done it before.
But
I'll do it
I am
again.
not going to choose to watch this with a group of people
No.
my same age on a like Friday, Saturday night.
Exactly.
That's not going to
However,
happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if it accidentally happened because we're hanging out with our friends and they're just like, "What do you guys want to watch?"
Well,
and then
but
we're
it
like,
also happened. Those people happen to
They're kind of
like
like
those
us.
movies as well.
They're a lot
so,
like us.
What are you going to do about that?
weird how
For
we
the
hang
average
out
person.
with people like us.
It's interesting.
It's weird. But no, I think that a lot of adults are going to be talking about it though. People are going to love it. I mean, it already has good reviews, and I think that for the people who have the nostalgia factor, they'll like it. And I think that's why it's interesting coming from our point of view, not having read the book as a kid. We're just like, this just looks like a great movie.
Well, you mentioned
You
reviews.
don't have to have read the book.
Let's move on to Rotten Tomatoes.
All right.
Rotten Tomatoes percentages.
All right.
No, I get to start.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, just as a reminder to everybody, that Rotten Tomatoes already has scores up for the critics, but they don't have scores up for the viewers
Right.
yet,
So
I realized.
the critics already
maybe no, they do
put
have
it
some.
into the low 90s, I think. Right?
Yeah, if I believe.
That's when the last time
Got
I
real
checked. I
high.
think that's what it said. So for critics, I'm going to say low 90s.
I'd have to agree with you on this one, Charlie. However, okay, I misspoke. For the audience, I believe that there are scores, but I mean, the thing is that, or maybe it's all just, when it says like want to see it. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a
Well,
bunch
yeah.
of people want to see it. Well,
And
great.
and then for the audience, I think that it might be tricky. So like I think that you're gonna get people who are like us, who are
We're
adults
excited.
and are excited for something new. You're gonna get people who have read and love the book, who
Mm-hmm.
might judge it a little harshly if it's not, exactly how they imagined it to be. And you're gonna get people who are parents who just like that someone released a movie for their kids to watch that they didn't have to spend money for, and so they're gonna give it, 100%
Yeah.
for whatever reason. And so I'm going to say 87.
All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to jump right in here. I feel pretty confident about this, actually. I was going to
man.
go lower, but then when you were mentioning all that, I'm going to give it 96.
Oh my goodness.
I've never given something that on a guess.
Wow.
But here's the thing. You're right. First of all, so many more people are going to get to see it than if it was in theater. And people are going to be, their standards for what they're expecting are going to be lower just because there's going to be a lot of people just being like, oh, what's this? because they have the option of
Well,
just flipping
and they're going
through
to put it in
and seeing it.
They're going to put
It'll
it in
be
their
big.
spotlight section
Yeah.
for 3 months.
So a bunch of people are going to watch it, so it's going to have a lot of ratings. People who aren't interested will just turn it off, and they won't go rate it.
Right, yeah. 'cause
They didn't
won't
waste
have to
their
sit
money
through
on
Yeah,
it,
that's
so
a
they
good
don't have to
point.
worry about it. Also, I think that it just looks like such a good quality movie. It looks like a good quality movie for kids. Like, it looks like it's going to be fascinating and good and interesting for them. But it tells a story that's clearly aimed at adults. Like, I think that the whole point of, like, it sucks to grow up and lose all of the wonder that kids have and lose all of the magic and the fun and the,
I bet the mom
things
turns
that
it
make a
around
kid
at the
great.
end.
Oh, yeah, and I was going to say that earlier. I think that what's going to happen is she's going to see how the impact that this man's had on her daughter's life. He's going to die.
Oh, man. Jeff Bridges, no!
I mean, maybe not. But at some point, she's going to start to turn around. And I don't think she's going to be like, oh, no more planning of any sort.
No more fun of any kind.
She'll still be the same person, but I think that she'll realize like that she does need that balance. And I think it's going to be great for adults. It's going to make you want to cry.
Yeah, it's going to be like
pull
Inside
a
Out.
Pixar. It's going to pull a Pixar.
Yeah, it's going to be like Inside Out, where it's
I was
pretty
thinking
clearly
a lot
for
more
adults.
like Up.
Yeah,
Because
well, I mean,
it's the
it's
kid
kind
and the
of
old
same thing.
man.
Yeah, I guess.
It's the sweet story. It makes
Mm-hmm.
you feel about. But it's going to be right on par with all of those other great kids movies that adults like. All those
Mm-hmm.
Pixar movies, and I mean, really, I think that adults should demand that of companies that are making children's movies.
Absolutely, that's how Disney got so famous.
Yeah, because people are like, if my kid has to watch this or is going to want to watch this, please don't make it unbearable for me. And I constantly, with kids shows especially, I constantly hear parents like, oh gosh, Dora the Explorer, Caillou, I can't stand that stuff. I personally like both those shows, but I'm a weirdo. And so you gotta make things that the parents are gonna like too. Parents don't have the patience for the bad kids shows.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I think that you're looking forward to it.
Definitely.
I think it's going to be very good. I think that there will be
2 thumbs up for the idea.
There will be some
Netflix.
tears welling when
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges takes his unfortunate plunge at the end of the movie.
He may not,
He probably won't. I don't know. Who
but I
cares?
think he will. Something bad's gonna happen. Something sad's gonna happen. But it just has that feel, even
Yeah.
in the commercial. I
It's
feel
ominous.
like I'm already feeling sad when I watch the commercial. Like,
Yeah.
well, because it's already sad because they're talking about like losing your innocence.
Well, and also whenever you see an old person in a kid's movie, you're just like, oh boy.
Hope she doesn't get attached. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I was gonna say we didn't mention this earlier. This is the second feature film that they've done, but their first children's one. So I think that what will probably happen, my guess is that it will be super popular, and they're gonna start getting people wanting to collaborate with them and continue to make great movies.
Yeah.
So yay for competition.
Absolutely.
Yay for good quality movies. Yay for Netflix.
Yeah, let's wrap it up with some plugging of our own stuff, some other people's stuff, some stuff that we like.
All right. So follow us on Twitter at MTT Podcast.
Yep, that should probably have been popping up the whole time, randomly.
Also, check out our website, mttpodcast.com.
What a great site that is.
It's great. Some really great designer designed it. It looks great. And it's you.
Oh.
And also, it looks great, but you can go and you can see all of our other episodes. So we have a ton of audio episodes that we did. As Charlie said, this is the 3rd visual episode.
Yeah, go watch
You can see the
those.
other ones on there. And just, follow us, keep in touch, rate us, like us.
Review
us
iTunes.
on iTunes.
That's important for some
That's
reason.
great.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, I know why it's important. The reason it's important is because the more of those you get, the more you get into the new and noteworthy section.
Yeah, we want new people to see us. So also, and that's also why you want to share us.
Yeah,
with
do you
your
want to
friends.
deprive people
Of this?
Of this? Look at this.
More people need to see us
This.
and hear us.
And then I also want to plug Entertainment Buffet, the channel on YouTube. That's where we live. And it's got a whole bunch of other stuff on it, great sketches and web shows and a whole bunch of things that are really fun. They also have their podcast, the Entertainment Buffet podcast, which you could subscribe to. Maybe something will pop up here at some point that you can click on. And that's really fun, good, nice to listen to. It's mostly about just general
Different
movies.
kinds of entertainment.
There's
Movies,
some comedy
television.
stuff on there.
Yeah,
it's
it's great.
really good. Go listen to it. And
All right.
That's been another episode of Movie Trailer Trash. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Sacre bleu!